Welcome to another episode of Neon Radio Podcast. I'm Reece.
I'm Dan.
I need to buy a new suit. I'm Declan.
This week we're doing Jackie Brown, the third installment in our Quentin Tarantino filmography.
Yes.
A little bit of info about the movie, not really too much. The film is written for screen and directed by Quentin Tarantino, adapted from the novel Rum Punch by Elmore Leonard. Its cinematographer was Guillermo Navarro, cinematographer who would go on to shoot the Guillermo del Toro films to Pacific Rim.
Interesting.
All the way through.
That'll be confusing on set.
I know, right?
Guillermo.
Guillermo. What?
What? It's like in stereo.
Maybe they had like nicknames for him.
Yeah.
Anyway. Spoiler warning, we do spoil the film. So go out, watch the movie, come back, and we'll tell you all about it. We'll deep dive with you. All right. Initial thoughts. I'm going to go Declan first.
Yeah. This is a dip for me. I'm not going to lie. In the Tarantino filmography.
Yeah.
It's I find the story like quite clever, and I like the way that things come together in the end. But my God, is it a drawn out process to get to that point? And it's not like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood where you're kind of on for the ride. Like this was like, come on. Like,
Let's get to the next thing,
it was,
please.
I just felt its length a lot.
Yeah.
And, But I thought, like always, everyone's performances were good in that. But I just found myself less engaged in this one.
It was literally 40 minutes too long.
Yeah. That's yeah. When I saw that the runtime was 2.5 hours, I sort of thought, oh,
Yeah.
especially after that's after the first 10 minutes of watching it, because I knew it was going to be a slow burner.
Yeah.
And I usually am on board for slow burners, but this one, I think because he just sort of knew what way it was going. It was like, can we get there? Like, but it's not terrible or anything, but I definitely felt the length. Like, it definitely that was playing on my mind a lot. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's your initial thoughts?
That's my initial thoughts.
Yeah, that's
because
fair
I
enough.
always go too deep at the start. So
Okay. Damn, man.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think I told you before, I got mixed up with this movie and Shaft.
Yeah, I don't know how.
And I enjoyed
still
Shaft,
don't know.
even though it got critically panned. But
In Shaft, they say Shaft every 10 seconds.
yeah, no, I just thought
it's
it was...
because both have Sam Jackson.
Yeah,
That's
I think
all it
is,
took.
yeah. But I was kind of surprised. I forgot De Niro was in this, and Chris Tucker.
Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
He was great.
Yeah. Yeah. It was... I don't know. I liked about this movie?
What?
Chicks with guns. That was the best
Oh,
part
just
of the movie.
the opening 15 minutes is the best part of the movie.
It was good. And when De Niro wipes out that chick, just his head,
Melanie.
just boom, it's like shut up, bang, bang.
So stressed and high.
Yeah, I just found that I don't know. I just found De Niro was underused. Like he played it really well. Like don't get me wrong, but it's an odd role for him.
It is weird when you think
Yeah.
about De Niro and Tarantino sort of working together for the first time, and that's the role that he gives De Niro. When you think about some
No
of the
words,
classic
hardly.
characters he's given to other people, like,
Yeah,
like
it's
wouldn't it
odd.
have been cool to see De Niro play like a Hans Landa level character or something like
Yeah.
that? Imagine
Yeah.
that.
But I don't know. I just this is going to be what was on my list on order ranking.
Your order ranking was this was 7.
Yeah, so I reckon this will drop to the last one. I think that's probably why I sort of forgot about it. And I think going forward, this is probably his weakest film. Like it's still good, but yeah, it's just nowhere near as strong as the others.
Yeah.
I
Definitely have to agree.
Yeah.
Like this was a sit. I actually watched it in 2 parts because I was watching it and I got to a point when I was like, I get the reasoning behind a lot of the film. Like, you know, I get that it's kind of like he is trying to do a black film. That's pretty much what he is trying to do. But it's through the lens of a white man, which really, I don't know. It feels weird.
It is funny watching through Tarantino's earlier stuff now and thinking about that
where we've gone.
just it does not sit very like I said in Reservoir Dogs, the amount of times that those guys are saying the N word, it's like, this is made by a white guy and these are all white dudes. Like, what is going on? Like,
how is this even fine remotely?
Does he still use that word in Hateful Eight?
Yeah, he uses it in interviews.
He uses it in everything, man. Yeah,
I've seen it. I watched an interview about Jackie Brown, and he's just saying it like it's just another thing.
Yeah, he's an odd dude.
Yeah,
that's.
But that being said, by the political point of it, I do think that the film is it is a slow burn, and it almost feels like a bit of a circle jerk of his favorite actors that he was always wanting to have in movies.
Yeah.
So Pam Grier. You also got Sid Haig, Robert Forster,
Sid Haig,
Bridget Fonda.
Robert Forster gets a lot. Robert Forster's like a main player. He's good.
He's good.
He's really good.
But when you think about De Niro is like a side character and stuff. It's just interesting. It's like obviously these are movies that he's watched as a kid, whatever,
That Robert Forster guy, is he? He reminds me of
He's been in a heap of stuff. I tried to figure out what I'd seen him in, and basically I just came to the conclusion I've just seen him in a lot of things.
He reminds me of it's like it's his son or something. Ben Mendelsohn's in it. He's like the brother. It's like a TV show.
Bloodline.
Animal Kingdom.
Bloodline.
Yeah, that.
Bloodline.
Who's the brother in that?
Kyle Chandler.
Yeah, he reminds me of him.
Yeah, I don't. They're not related.
Yeah, they reckon they looks like a younger version of that guy.
Kyle Chandler's a bit beefier though. Like he's a bit more of he looks like he's a quarterback kind of build kind of thing.
I think there's the facial features in the eyes and stuff.
Kyle Chandler is the perfect. He's in the second Godzilla movie, Reece. Kyle Chandler.
Yeah,
he's the. Yeah. He looks like an all. He looks like he could be. He should be playing Captain America almost.
Yeah, right.
Something like he's got that all-American look about him.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah. He's a good actor.
Yeah,
I like him a lot.
He looks like him a bit.
But he always gets the dad roles.
You look like because you look like you trust him.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, always getting that real dad role type of thing.
Yeah,
he's a good actor though.
Yeah, I see his face. I just think of 70s Brady Bunch or something like that.
Greg Brady.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely
like
is.
you said, is the dad, Greg Brady.
You think 70s. Yeah. Like, when I see Robert Forster, first thing I think is people I think of, what's the movie where the guy's goes after bad guys in an alley?
I know that Dirty Harry and all those things.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. I think the first thing that comes to my head is Charles Bronson.
He does have that, he's got that stoic.
Yeah. This is it's like the old school man's man type of thing.
Yeah, I think
70s,
I actually
60s.
think my favourite scene in the movie is the first one between him and Sam Jackson in the bail bonds office.
That's a good scene.
That's probably the best. That's the most Tarantino scene in the whole thing. I think where they're just playing that cat and mouse game with dialogue, which he likes to do all the time.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, there's not much of Quentin Tarantino's DNA in this movie, really, except for then you get the bloody foot shot. Classic foot shot.
Yeah,
it's so
how
egregious.
awkward.
I know.
How awkward is that chick though, man, in the apartment? It's like fuck.
It's Bridget Fonda.
Yeah, I know. It's like
the fuck.
Yeah.
She stopped acting after 2001. I looked up as well. She just doesn't act anymore.
Fair enough. I think she was just I don't like this industry. Maybe that's where it stood. Or she didn't have.
Sick of directors taking close-ups on my feet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it wasn't many years after. I mean, 97. So she saw Jackie Brown. She's like, "This, I got to get out. I got to find a way out."
She was in Lake Placid as well. That might have been one more.
That'd do it as well. All around, I think that it's not a bad movie. It's actually a good movie. As I said, there's none of Tarantino movies that are real bad, but it's definitely just the slowest, most I don't want to watch it again.
No, I don't either.
It's the one I'd skip.
I'd seen it before, because I've obviously I've tried to watch through Tarantino's. I've watched through him before.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and I couldn't remember it. That was the thing that was worrying me most about this one is I do not remember anything from it. Except I remember the last shot of her looking into the distance in the car and singing along. That was all I remembered.
Yeah.
All I remember is the AK-47. Absolutely, kill every motherfucker in the room. I just remember that.
I just realised when I watched this, I thought, man, I miss Chris Tucker.
Yeah, Chris Tucker's not in much anymore.
Yeah, they're doing another Rush.
Him
now,
in Fifth
I think.
Element's
I
so
actually
good.
didn't even realize it was him until after. Yeah, obviously the voice, but he looks quite different
yeah.
here. Yeah,
He plays a good stoner in this
It's
one.
like, it's like when he talks like a Muppet, the head's just snap.
yeah.
yeah.
He's so good.
He's like, what's it called? Like the Canadian South Park characters.
What's his name?
Like,
Beaumont.
you know,
yeah, Terrence and Phillip.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Even similar voice. Well, let's get into it because I think we can just jump in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Delphonics in this.
That's the car that Robert Foster listens to.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, the song in the car. Is that what you're saying? Is
Well,
that-
yeah, 110th Street.
Yeah.
Across 110th
Good music.
Street.
It's good
It
cruising
is.
music.
Well, I think
Good
that was
Definitely.
also a way of showing his infatuation with Jackie Brown, right?
Yes.
Because she put that song on and he can't stop listening to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's some really good moments with that. Like Robert Forster and Pam Grier have great chemistry. In it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
And there's like one of my favorite moments is when he's telling her his number on the answering
Yeah,
machine.
yeah.
557. You can also reach me at my office.
Yeah.
You can also reach me at my home. And you're just like, bro, too many numbers.
You're,
Hey,
you're,
don't do
you're
that.
imagining the new version that's like, I'm on Facebook and Instagram and here's my mobile
Yeah.
number. DM me on any platform.
There's a desperate code broken.
Yeah, he's really trying, you know. But yeah, it was all like super cringe.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you want to
listening to that
song as well? Because I started watching it with my girlfriend and she lost interest about 20 minutes
Ask
in.
about that. She must be hating on us right now.
And I had, because the subtitles were on, and one of the songs is a Pam Grier song. I don't know if anyone knew that, because in the subtitles it said like Pam Grier : and then it had like the lyrics, and I was
really?
like,
Wow.
oh my god, this is so meta, playing Pam Grier song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's obviously done music as well. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Heck
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the longest colored wall or slowest moving airport run like thing at the start.
Yeah.
With the title sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus, this just keeps going.
wanna
Does
check
that? Where is that? Is that? It has to be in like LA or something, right? Because
Yeah, well, it seems. Well, yeah,
Where is it?
Compton is where. it
Yeah.
is. But she works at an airport in Mexico.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
maybe. That makes more sense because of the tiling,
Yeah.
which was
It
really
was blue.
pretty,
It was
actually, in
blue,
a weird
wasn't
way.
it?
Yeah. It's. I'll just think
The
it's
scene works. It was
something. When you said that, a lot of the cinematography in this movie and the styles reminds me of like Punch Drunk Love, the Paul Thomas Anderson
Yeah.
movie. But their careers are so weirdly take turns at the same time. These two directors, man,
Completely
Like,
different.
they got the early one where they're making like the Boogie Nights and Pulp Fiction, like these like sort of like rompy movies, and then this comes out in '97. It's like a turn for him. Punch Drunk Love comes out in 2002, and that's a turn for
I haven't seen that yet.
PTA.
Yeah.
And then next thing it's There Will Be Blood and Inglourious Bastards, and they take this other
Yeah,
turn
just, like,
together.
random,
It's like, what
yeah.
how are they on
Two
this?
bangers.
They're on like this weird little path together.
Yeah. So
It's interesting.
Is Punch Drunk Love not that good? Or?
It's good. It's quick. Because he made Magnolia, which was like nearly 3 hours, and that's a good movie, but it's a big Sid as well.
Yeah.
And then after that, that gave him like mad depression, so he started watching Gene Kelly movies to
Okay.
perk himself up, and so he's like, I want to make a 90-minute movie. So it's different in that sense.
I would kind of do wish in many ways. I know it's not his thing, but it would have been nice to see Tarantino. I mean, he did it with Reservoir Dogs. I guess that's his 90-minute.
That's his 90-minute movie, yeah.
But I would have liked to have seen him do it again because I'm not gonna lie, I love watching Tarantino. And
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying
Yeah.
these sits.
Oh, this
But
is
I gotta
the
admit,
this is the
the
first
hardest
one where
one.
I've been like,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm struggling to get
Yeah.
through this.
Like,
you got your Kill Bills coming up now.
Yeah, but they're the ones I feel like go quicker.
Yeah.
Like I think even
Oh,
the
no,
conversations.
I'll be honest,
yeah.
like after Reservoir Dogs, I was like, I can't wait to get to Kill Bill now.
Yeah.
I do like
Break it up.
Pop, but I just think that this one way more. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that
Yeah.
that they're the draggy ones for me. And then
Yeah.
from now on, I feel like it's all.
Yeah, I definitely think that
How's that go?
sound effects are important, man. We don't do enough of them.
We should
White.
we should
Okay,
have
let's
sound
go.
effects machines.
Yeah, we need one of those. Need a pad.
It's time for the facts.
It's an app. We can do it.
Not yet. We're only 15 minutes in. The facts are later. God.
Well, you know what that's time for? It's time for our giveaway.
Someone gets a free autograph. from
I've
me.
been thinking of doing a giveaway. I don't want to say too much, but I've been having some thoughts about it.
Oh, this is the first time I've heard of it.
I know, yeah, I know.
Reese's-
Open it. I tell you, it's on the show.
Reese's
I'm going to
cologne.
surprise you. It's just a shot of my feet.
Smells nice, by the way.
Reece by Declan. No, mate.
Criticised by Dan.
Warned by Dan.
No, he's like, no way.
I'll get rid of my old cap. There we go.
That's the day. I got to change a shirt, and you got to take off the cap 1 week. No. Just straight up,
Do you wear the same shirt every week?
every single week.
Yeah, I got two. Oh,
So I'm just
Yeah,
an
two black
outlier that
shirts.
just wears a different shirt every week.
You gotta change it up, man. You gotta be the only
I'm
person
all
that changes
about.
it up.
I'm all about.
mate, that's your
Keeping it-
gift. That's
Keeping
your.
it fast and loose.
That's your.
Fast and loose. Wait, hold on. What? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, moving on. There's obviously. Where
Get rid of that.
was that?
I don't know. Just
Random. Weird, but great. The chicks with guns scene.
Yeah, man.
Where, that's how he sells the guns.
Yeah.
He takes them out in the desert and just gives them the guns, and he's like, "There."
There's a Demi Moore. There's a Demi Moore reference in there too. I
I
don't-
think
and
it
wasn't
just
even
looked
her.
like Demi Moore, right? That's
Yeah, I
that was the
rewound
joke,
back.
yeah.
That's not Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they said that.
That was
Oh,
yeah,
right.
it was a bit staller for the scene.
Like, what?
In an already long movie,
Yeah.
you really want
really
30
is.
seconds of is that Demi Moore?
Yeah,
So I take it up.
He's weird.
Well, I'll tell you, listening to the interview, one of the biggest things that Tarantino was going for, and I hope I'm not spoiling any facts here, but one of the biggest things that he was going for was actually, he said, he wanted to feel like you were sitting and chilling with every one of the characters at some point in time, as if you were just literally in the room and it was like a bunch of friends that were talking.
I get that, but I also those are people I'd
Yeah.
never want to chill with in my life.
No. No, because then, you know why? Because nothing they say is smart.
No.
Like,
See-
it's all dumb shit. Like,
I like his chilling scenes, right? I know you guys don't like Hateful Eight as much, but
but that's a chilling scene.
Yeah,
But
I
that's a
love
cool
that.
scene.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm more.
Whole time,
I'm
man,
kind of
sick.
keen to watch Hateful Eight again to see how I feel about it.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing it. What I'm going to do this time with Hateful Eight is do it in parts. So there's 8 parts, whatever. I'm going to split it and check how many parts there are first before it, and then split it into 3. And then just watch it over 3 sittings or have an intermission like I would in the cinema when he was doing it with the
Yeah.
70 mil or whatever.
Yeah, we got the intermission.
So
It was an experience seeing that in 70mm. And I do remember enjoying it. I just remember. Yeah, I'm keen to watch it again. Basically,
Yeah.
is the conclusion.
But that's my goal for the Hateful Eight.
Okay.
I'm pre-prepping for that. Moving on. The toe on the cup was fucking disgusting. It was so gross.
It's so funny.
It was disgusting. I'm
She's
looking
got-
at it.
She's got nice toes. I
It-
wonder if it's her
but-
toes. Though.
What the fuck?
Is it her toes?
I'm fairly sure it probably is.
I think he loves dude. Every single movie
Yeah,
from
I
now
know.
on, it's just literally a close up of an actress's feet.
I wonder if they
Maybe
go.
Django he doesn't. Does he do it in Django?
Yes, no, he's got the his wife.
I hope
Yeah,
not.
when
That's
they
weird
when
too.
they take her out of the pit, you see him then.
But did they close up?
I think it's close up because I watched it recently. I'm sure
Because
it is.
bloody, we're not doing it, but Death Proof has
Death
That
Loop
one
has
with
like a
Kurt
super
Russell like
gross.
licks her feet and shit.
Yeah, he's like
love
like
it.
stroking the whole foot,
yeah.
and she's like doing the whole feet over the feet thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this is fucking weird.
Is that the one
Inglourious
where,
Bastards has it with the strangle scene
Yeah, I don't remember that.
because she took
Yeah.
the bullet through. He takes her shoe off to try a shoe on.
Does he? When do they do it in Hateful Eight?
Maybe they don't do it in Hateful Eight.
That may be the only one.
Shit. Hey, is
Well,
Death
no.
Proof the one where the guy's making the barbecue sauce?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that, man.
I like the little. We're
not doing that
We're
one,
not
though.
doing
I know,
it. But there's the
I
little.
want to watch it again.
The little red book with Kurt Russell. I got this little red book.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell, man, he's so good.
Kurt Russell is good.
He's great.
Except for when he plays Santa Claus.
Yeah. Wow.
He's
Shitting
the
on
best
Chronicles
part-
now.
He's the best part of the movie.
I'll shit on that movie
Yeah,
every
It's
day.
shit.
It's
But he's
the rock and roll scene's my favorite.
yeah, how bad was that?
Reece loves that.
Yeah, if we remember,
Yeah,
we can put that review up in the up here somewhere.
Yeah. I'll put it. That's a good idea. I'll put it for a card. something about I have here. You know, it's for you. It's the same line used in Pulp Fiction. I think he does have recurring lines in these films as well that he likes to transfer over. But this movie's super duper unmemorable, so I don't know where the fuck that is in it. Beaumont Livingston, which is obviously Chris Tucker's character.
That's one of my
He's
favorite
getting
parts
10
of the movie.
years. No, I'm telling you, the first 15 minutes of this movie is stronger than the rest of it.
That part was cool, yeah. Whereas the build up to the
He just tries to shoot out 5 seconds.
that was yeah, that part was cool, and like I said, the final scene where the deal actually goes down was cool.
Yeah.
Like that
because shit's happening.
Yeah, and she's like running around stressed. I was like, oh, this is actually quite good.
Yeah, she plays. You know who she reminds me of? Peggy from
Mad Men.
Marvel.
Married with Children. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
I've
can
seen that.
kind of see it. Yeah.
Same body types.
Yeah.
And they're sort of like, even when she's stressed, you can just see Peggy doing the same thing.
Yeah.
When you watch
Yeah.
that show. Yeah. And the voices, I think, are similar as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just feel the same.
I do love that, like, with Pam Grier in this, you always feel like she's a dominating presence.
Yeah.
You never really feel like she's playing the wounded lamb in any point in time. You always feel like she's in control.
No, she's
Yeah.
good.
She's
Pam Grier is really good in that.
Yeah. And it makes me actually want to go back and rewatch Coffee. I haven't watched Coffee for since probably I was like 16. So it'd be cool to rewatch that and have a squiz again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the killing of Beaumont's hilarious. It's great.
Did you notice the boot scene? It's exactly the same as is it Reservoir? Yeah, Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, where it's shot from the boot out.
Yeah.
Even in Pulp, same.
That's for Tarantino though. That would be a throwback to old gangster movies. I'd say that was that's like a that's a similar. Yeah, that's like you have to have that shot in your movie if you're going to do a crime film.
It's interesting to see.
De Niro is underutilized, is one of the things I said.
Oh, he wrote it too.
Yeah, but he does play someone absolutely other than De Niro in it, which is
I've never seen him play a character like that before.
He's super subdued.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I was thinking? It's not a handbrake, but imagine De Niro. Well, sort of is. If you imagine De Niro in Bill and Ted, fuck, that'd be good.
In
he
Bill
playing?
and Ted?
As either Bill or Ted. There's two old men doing it.
What?
If they did like an old Bill and Ted.
They did.
They did.
No, like an older one. Like old, like
an old man
70 or
version.
something. Yeah.
They'd just wait for the other two guys. They wouldn't do it now.
We got comedy De Niro in Meet the Parents.
And
I rewatched that movie
Grandpa.
recently.
Yeah.
I forgot
pretty
how
good in that.
fucking good he is in
Meet
that
the
movie.
Fockers. Meet the Fockers, is it?
Yeah, Meet the Fockers and Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents is better. Like, just
Yeah,
as a, just
it is
original
better,
film.
but I
Yeah.
think if you
Both are great.
if you
They're
watch
fun.
one, you're probably going to watch two.
Yeah.
And they're not. Two's not perfect, but it's a nice little continuation of the story.
Yeah. There's that scene in two I always remember with, is it Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah.
Where he's like, we live in this place and we try and, make sure we keep the water consumption down. So if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. And you're like, oh.
And then he goes, oop, forgot to follow my own rule. And flushes the toilet.
So good. There's a scene in this where it's Hiroshi. Has a character called Hiroshi, he's a Japanese man in it. And for a moment I thought they were going into and this might be a good place to segue a little bit with some diving deep.
Yeah, well, my deep dive isn't about characters that connect.
Okay, all right. Okay, well we'll get to it later then.
Jackie Brown doesn't have a lot.
Yeah, well that's what I was thinking with this one here. I thought the Japanese man might have something to do with similar to like, what's his name, Hattori Hanzo from Kill Bill.
No, because Kill Bill is in the realer than real world.
Yeah, it's
he's in the movie universe within the Tarantino universe.
Yeah, right.
I'll double check though while we're talking.
This character was called. God damn it! Where is it? I just had it. Hiroshi from.
Yeah, Hiroshi.
Hiroshi's character in the film.
What's the last name? Hiroshi.
It just says Hiroshi. Just go Hiroshi Jackie Brown. Obviously, we get a lot of the Delphonics, as I said before, but I don't. Like, I think I get what it is. I think it has to do with just, it has like a black culture type of thing, connected to it. So that's what I'm guessing a lot of it has to do with it. It's the come up of someone. Like if you listen to that 110th Street song, it just sounds like the come up of someone in like a ghetto, out of the ghetto. So That's pretty cool, the connection between that. Jackson and De Niro's convo at the bar. I like those type of combos. Those were the ones that I enjoyed more. But it was also, how do I say this? Unnecessary. Because it doesn't progress anything.
No.
It builds character, but there's zero progression to the whole thing.
Well, those type of parts are the parts you can cut out. Like there's like 30 to 40 minutes you can just chop off.
Which is a shame because you kind of were like, I mean, these are the parts I enjoy in it, but I also think because it's such a slow burn, the lack of progression just halts the whole film.
Yeah, I can't really find anything.
Nothing?
Yeah, it's Jackie Brown is a weird one that doesn't really connect to the other movies.
And that might be just because it's
unless you know something and you're trying to fish for me.
I don't know. I was looking at it and first thing I thought was like, oh, maybe Declan might.
No, I do have a Diggin Deep that does connect to another movie, but it's not a Tarantino movie, I think.
Right. Okay. Right. Well, we'll get to that. Yeah. Then there's only like, see, I jumped straight to parts I just enjoyed.
Yeah. I'm just looking through your thing. It's like they're the same things that I pretty much wrote down.
Yeah. But I think that
you're going to talk about De Niro then.
Yeah, well, De Niro killing Melanie.
Yeah, but the tenseness of that, you can just think he's just looks like a stoner.
Shit, man. I mean, she was super fucking annoying.
And she wanted to be a part of the whole thing.
In the moment that is like already stressful, you're making a scene. So what do you expect?
And she was on his case. She just kept saying you guys are idiots.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He didn't really have to shoot her though.
No, he didn't.
No. I mean,
but with Tarantino's head.
Yeah. But
it gone.
Like went super out there with it.
Yeah.
Because he I was expecting him to turn around at one point in time and just punch her in the face or something, like do something.
Well, that's
probably.
what Ordell says.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just smack her in the mouth?
But I also...
Even that was an interesting conversation.
But the whole, obviously he was in the wrong in the moment where he's like, give me the money. And she's like, why? I'm not holding it. I'm coming with you. I'm not going anywhere else.
That is another, I don't want to get too political, but that is another topic of conversation that comes up with Tarantino a lot, is the violence towards women in his films.
Yeah.
Which is it's part of the story and everything, but
yeah,
it is something that reoccurs.
Well, when we get to Kill Bill, we'll see that as well.
Yeah.
Pretty hefty.
There's always retribution, though.
Yeah.
There is.
Not for Melanie.
No.
Not fair enough.
I mean, what's his name? Like Samuel Jackson's, Odell actually cops it, but I mean, Melanie's.
There is no connection between the this movie is an outlier.
That would make a lot more sense since it is a
adaptation.
Yeah. Which I was looking up.
That's what I asked you. Is this the only one this one in Inglourious Basterds, isn't it? He adapted?
No,
he didn't. Inglourious Basterds. All these other movies. This is the only one.
Okay.
The only adaptation.
And that explains I guess the weakest one out of.
Yeah, it definitely feels odd. But the same guy who did.
I found a lot of articles in that were just people saying this is Tarantino's best work in his filmography.
A
lot of people like it a lot. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, exactly. But moving on, I think let's get into some of our segments. Sack it or brisket, Dan's Cinematography Corner. A little context for new listeners: sack it or brisket, snack it or brisket.
Snack it or brisket.
That's a fucking good one too.
Would you snack on it or would you brisket it?
That could be your in between: sack it, snack it, or brisket. Like the medium one, like the one that just doesn't make any. Anyway, don't worry about it. Getting too complicated. It came from Dan's love of beef briskets. Check out the Enola Holmes episode, and the unique term to sack that if he doesn't like something. So is he going to sack this flick cinematography? Make himself a beef brisket. Love every morsel of it. Visuals. Oh.
He stares at me when he does.
Because it makes you so uncomfortable.
Oh.
So, Dan, did you like it?
Meh. It's not a brisket for me.
It's a snack it.
Yeah, it's a snack it. It's like a little taste of the burnt ends.
Wow.
I think he comes really good to me when I think Hateful Eight,
Inglourious
Bastards.
Inglourious Basterds is really a leap up.
Yeah.
The Kill Bills are good too, though. You can't really like write them off, but definitely when he goes to Inglourious Bastards, it's a leap. There is a massive leap.
It's more the lighting's just like it's like holy shit.
Yeah.
So
change of cinematographer too, though.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Robert Rogerson. Yeah. Like don't get me wrong, it's still fine, but it's not eye popping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Composition's all good. No issue there. You got the big ant there as well. There, clawing on your hand.
Oh my god, where are they coming from? Is it the same one?
Is it a bull ant? Oh, he just squashed him.
Yeah. Oh gee. Bye bye.
Poor bugger.
It's an ant, bro.
Wow. Yeah. Anyway, that was time to move on.
Oh my god, you're patting it.
Been watching too much Tarantino, Reece.
I was just focusing on the ant's feet. No.
Oh. It's creepy.
Yeah, look, it's nothing eye-catching. Don't get me wrong, there was a few cool moments. You know, when Pam Grier goes to the house for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's like sort of silhouetted. They're always taking the light on and off.
Yeah.
That was done really well.
There's a lot of that, almost like
cool.
Kurosawa. Not Kurosawa.
Akira Kurosawa.
No, it's, the type of style is like it's actually there's a name for that type of style.
Okay. Yeah, so that was cool,
lighting.
but yeah, there's nothing sort of like I said, eye popping.
Yeah,
it's just very standard, which is still a high standard. Yeah.
I think there's a lot more with this film, a lot more of like a production design thing. There's a lot of palettes, color palettes,
the blues and
the tones.
Yeah.
That's what I got more of. Like like blues, yellows.
For it to get a Brisket, man, everything has
a lot
to work.
Of pastel type of colors.
Yeah.
But I agree. Yeah. Thank you, Dan.
No worries.
Moving on to the factoids.
Are we doing facts and not digging deep?
We doing both?
Yeah. I told you I had to dig in deep for this episode.
Okay, we'll do digging deep now, man. That's a shovel. Digging.
Boom.
Oh, wow.
All right, so this I thought this was an interesting one. So like obviously this is based on an Elmore Leonard book.
Yes.
So Michael Keaton's character plays the police agent, and just 6 months after he did that, Steven Soderbergh made a movie called Out of Sight, which is also an adaptation of an Elmore Leonard novel, and it's the same character is in it that Michael Keaton played
with George Clooney in.
Yes, and basically Soderbergh cast him in that movie too. So there's like a crossover between the Soderbergh and a Tarantino movie.
Wow, that's interesting.
Very cool.
So they exist in the same universe.
Oh.
Well, if you think about it,
that's pretty cool.
Elmore Leonard did Get Shorty.
Yeah,
he wrote that.
That's true. Yeah,
you can see a lot of that.
Yeah.
In
I always thought when I saw it when I was a younger kid.
Yeah,
it was like, is this like Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
So agent, Ray Nicolette. That's it, Ray Nicolette. And basically Soderbergh went like when he knew he was doing it, he went into the post production suite of Jackie Brown and saw Keaton on camera and just said, "Oh fuck it, I'll just cast him." He was like, because he was like, "Why would I recast? Like he's nailing it, you know."
Nice, yeah.
Like, and he in the same movie he wears the leather jacket with the glasses hanging around his neck and everything. So he's like,
he's a cool character.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool, like that little crossover,
that little bit of a connection.
Yeah.
He's like, it's almost like Elmore Leonard is kind of making his own little running world as well.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Because they don't often do that. They'll often just recast the character.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Michael Keaton not play Michael Keaton?
I mean,
he's got his thing. I think
Birdman is way different.
Birdman, I would even say in Spotlight, he's a bit more dour than he normally is in a role. Like, there's not much uppity in that performance. He's very like stoic. Yeah. Because even his Batman is kind of quirky when he played Batman.
Yeah, there's that cold soup moment.
Yeah.
I love that fucking moment.
Yeah. I really like Keaton though.
Yeah, he's good.
There was because I was obviously too young to be conscious of this, but there was a big, apparently in the 90s it was like him and Hanks were like, it was like who's going to be the biggest star, and like obviously Hanks has sort of come out on top, but I feel like in the later part of Keaton's career you could make an argument that he maybe has had the better later career.
Yeah,
he's definitely coming back.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh, but I think
because post Saving Private Ryan, Hanks hasn't made that many classics anymore, and Keaton's been in some bangers of recent.
Roles, though.
Yeah, he's been kind of more in the background.
Yeah,
than anything else. Well, not the movies. Like he's been
No, but he's been in
front
like the
and
Post
center.
and things like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they're more like
Captain Phillips.
not
That
I
was a
would
big
call
one.
it like mature films in the sense of like I think they're more history based. A lot of them.
Yeah.
And therefore, like they maybe garner an older audience most of the
Well,
time.
I would say that the movie that reminded me how good Hanks was Captain Phillips in the scene when they're like checking on him.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, fuck, this guy can act. But I think Keaton in the last like 5-10 years has maybe been more solid.
See, I haven't watched The Founder yet.
No, I really want to watch that
Oh,
too.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those biopics. They're good.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's one that I wanted to watch. Oh yeah, he was in Trials of Chicago 7.
yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Did he win for Birdman?
Yeah,
I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he took it for. Wait, hold on. We'll check because we're right here for it. Awards. Or is it at the top? This is riveting. Riveting podcast
How
material.
good is watching people on a phone?
Jesus
It's
Christ.
just like real life.
It's just like real life.
Here we go.
Winner of Best Writing, Best Achievement in Directing, Best Picture, Best Cinematography,
Yeah.
but nominated in leading role.
Oh, geez, who won that year? I'll have to look that up.
All right.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, it's a nomination.
What year was it?
2015.
Oh.
So that's a.
Who won best?
Oh my god, are we doing this?
Do we want to let us run into
Ken
the?
Phoenix, Joker.
No.
No, it
Oh
isn't.
no, wait. Oh, because
Eddie Redmayne, The Theory of Everything.
Oh right.
It didn't hear. It was just
Definitely
2020.
would not have chose Eddie Redmayne.
This
that
is
year.
this
But
is the,
that's
see
okay.
that's the thing that like when these ones where they go to people who play real people, you know, and it's like, oh, he does such a good impression. Then like 5 years later, you look back and you go, Keaton should have won that award.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree with you there, man. Yeah.
Eddie Redmayne, he's a fantastic actor. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, but Keaton that year was fucking fantastic. Like, he's amazing.
So biased towards people that play real people because you've got like because people have a comparison to go off, but it's like I don't know.
Even fuck, man, I would have maybe even given it to Steve Carell that year for Foxcatcher. He
I
was
haven't
so.
seen
Oh,
Foxcatcher.
man.
You would like Foxcatcher.
Yeah.
He doesn't play Stephen Carell.
No way. He's so much more creepy.
Yeah. It's like he did the turn with Robin Williams in 1 Hour Photo. It was like that.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
creepy.
yeah.
But he was. I really like Foxcatcher's. Maybe one
It's
of my
good.
favorite movies
Even
that year.
Channing Tatum was really good in it too, man.
Yeah.
He was hectic.
I've heard
But
that,
man, Ruffalo just fucking rips in that movie.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. Anyway, thank you for the diving deep.
You're welcome.
Declan. But back to you, Declan. The Factoids.
Yep.
Put it in a shopping bag and bring it to me in the car. Thank you. Oh no. So bad. I don't have that quick speed that Declan has with coming up with those.
Maybe I've got to go back to.
I know you do them yourself and then introduce it yourself. All right, tell us the facts.
So Tarantino met Robert Forster in a restaurant, handed him the script, and said, "You're going to do this, and that's all there is to it."
Wow.
He's like, fuck off. He's just like-
Forster was thrilled because he was actually having a career slump at this time.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he landed an Oscar nomination for this role.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What did he do after that, though?
He's done heaps of stuff, man. You look at his filmography, it is like maybe the longest filmography in history.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, I'll interlude a little bit with your factoid there.
Yeah.
Because Tarantino said that Robert Forster, every time they do a casting thing, they give you what's called a list. And the list has obviously the 100 or 150 top names at the time.
Yeah.
He goes, he was off the list. He goes, I was so happy because the next year when I asked for the casting sheet, he was on the list after my movie. And he goes, I was so happy to see Robert Forster back on the list because...
he's known for that too, though.
What?
Did it?
Tarantino.
Tarantino, yeah.
So he was very happy to have him back on the list.
He's brought a lot of actors back. It's like Travolta with Pulp Fiction that really re-energized his career.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell. I was sad that it didn't happen for Mike Myers with Inglourious Bastards. He had
I know,
that little
he was
snippet
so
there.
good in
I thought
that
maybe
too.
that would happen for him, but it never did. When Pam Grier walked in to audition for Tarantino, she said, "They were all my posters from 20 years ago when I was just a piss and vinegar kid." And she said to Tarantino, "Did you put these up because I was coming over?" And he said, "No, I was going to take them down because you were coming over."
Or So cool. That's what I'm saying. I think this is the type of movie that he's just gotten everyone he fucking really loves from the past and thrown him into a film.
And Sam Jackson has named this as his favourite Tarantino film.
Really?
You have to wonder, is it because he's the main character, basically?
But when was that? When was that interviewed?
Doesn't have a date, but
He's so good in
Hateful Eight.
Django. He's so good in Django.
But this is his But I could see this because it is a callback to the blaxploitation era of films. Sam Jackson's the lead in it. Like, it's probably a bigger film for him personally.
Yeah, even though he plays the thug.
And another intervening, Tarantino says that Sam Jackson, he was asked, why does he always put him in all of his movies?
Yeah.
And he said, because he's the one actor he's ever worked with that doesn't have anything else that he does in his life. He goes, yes, sure, he golfs here and there. He goes, but Samuel L. Jackson is an actor. That is it. Like, he's done it since he was a kid. There is no other hobby Samuel L. Jackson has really in his life. So he's like, the way that he says it is like, it's like working with the perfect actor for himself.
That's cool. Yeah. So, you know, when Robert Foster talks about he had work done on his hairline when it began to disappear, his character in the movie, that really happened to Robert Foster in real life. So he said,
you can see it.
He said to Tarantino, we should put it in there.
Good idea.
Yeah. And this was the first movie where Tarantino started doing this. He wanted to gauge audiences' reactions to key moments in the film, so he spent the first weeks following the film's release watching it in theaters. And he does that a lot.
Wow.
Now.
He likes to jump into the cinemas. He jumps between like the 5 or 6
ones
that are playing.
Because I talked to people that were at the one in
was it Melbourne?
No. Which one did he go? One in Sydney near the where the race course, the horse racing track is. I can't freaking remember the name of it now.
I know the one, the Ritz.
Yes, he went to there.
I remember him going
when he was out here doing the press tour for it, and they said that he was sitting on the back like laughing at his own, like laughing at the jokes in his movie and stuff.
He still likes them. Look, it's weird, but I say that the passion that he has for his own films, I'm happy he likes his own movies. Yeah, got to be happy with that.
Especially after, when we shoot, edit. Oh man, you just over it.
Watch it that many times, it's just like it annoys you.
Yeah. It's like, I just want to finish it.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton desperately tried to talk Tarantino out of hiring him for the part of Ray Nicolette. Tarantino says his whole process was to convince me that he's not right for the role, but he never convinced me. He said Michael's whole thing is to deny himself and say that he's not right. So I don't know if it's like a reverse psychology thing that he does.
Yeah, right.
He says that he's very, very picky.
Yeah, right.
Yet again in that same interview, he's an extremely picky actor, and if he doesn't feel like he fits the role, he does this thing where he says, I could see someone playing this part that's really great. You know what I mean? Like he'll say like, I really, like I could see someone like this playing the part or someone like that playing the part, not himself.
Yeah. You're right there. It's got here about how you said it's the hangout movie. That's what he was going for with it.
Yeah.
The white 1980 Honda Civic, which Jackie drives, is the same car Butch, Bruce Willis from Pulp Fiction, was driving when he knocked down Marcel Wallace.
Oh.
So there's a connection. But I don't, it's not meant to be the same one, but they say, given how badly Butch crashed after knocking down Marcel, it's nothing short of amazing that car wasn't a write-off.
Yeah, exactly.
And then,
I noticed that.
And didn't we have something about that car being stolen? Was it that car?
No, that was the other car. That was the car that John Travolta and stuff were driving.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
And then I'll finish with this one. Tarantino was afraid that Elmore Leonard would hate the film. He and Roger Avery hesitated to discuss the changes with Leonard, finally speaking with Leonard as the film was about to start shooting. Leonard loved the screenplay, considering it not only the best of the 26 screen adaptations of his novels and short stories, but also stating that it was possibly the best screenplay he had ever read.
Wow.
Which is pretty big.
Yeah.
Have you guys
Big call.
Have you guys ever read a Tarantino screenplay?
No. But we hear this from you every time.
Yeah, you say it every time.
Do I?
Yeah, you've made that quite clear.
Oh, okay, all right. Fuck.
But go ahead.
No. All I was gonna say, it's just he doesn't write it normally. Like he writes like a novel.
Yeah, I don't like reading them because it just spoils the movie for me.
But you don't like reading screenplays at all, anyway.
No, I don't mind
You
it.
generally don't like reading.
No, I do read. I'm reading.
Unless it has pictures.
I'm getting through the Dry. which I still want to watch the movies. I
Which
think
one?
It's still out. The Dry, one of Eric Bana's it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good book.
Novel?
Yeah.
This is the first I've heard you actually read novels. I thought
Yeah.
you read... No, because I've always thought you read like comics.
You used to tell me it was a waste of time.
I used to.
Why do I find that funny? Just I could hear you saying it though in my head.
I'm sure you figured me out by now. I usually say things just to get a reaction.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, it's
But I
pretty
gotta
good.
figure it
I'm
out
probably
sometimes.
like 60% through. I
Okay.
read it on a Kindle, so it's like 60%.
Fair enough. Cool.
But, yeah, so I want to watch the movie. Yeah, she's a good writer. Heaps detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent.
check it out.
Nice.
Yeah, Aussie.
Well, let's go to our final thoughts for this film. Dan, I'm going to start with you.
Final thoughts of this film. Yeah, look, this was a hard sit. There's enjoyable moments, like Tucker and the killing in the car park. That's pretty funny. The chicks with guns. Look, great all-star cast, but yeah, I think there's just too much flab in the middle.
Yeah.
Just too long.
Yeah.
And like I said before, I think this is his weakest one for me personally. I just find, like say, Hateful Eight or Inglourious Bastards, I could just sit there and watch playing in a room for ages and just not get bored with it. But yeah, saying that, it's still good. I'm giving it a 6.5 out of 10.
6.5.
Yep.
We've dropped below the 7.
Yeah, this is my first one. I think I told you.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's painful. Okay, fair
I don't
enough.
disagree with that though, to be honest.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Declan?
Yeah, she dance. She dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is honestly, this is actually like I struggled to finish this movie. Like I was actually contemplating just going, do I just not finish it and just read the rest
Read
of
the clip
Wikipedia or
notes?
something like? Because I was just like, I just wasn't loving it. Like I just
Yeah,
wasn't. I
same.
just didn't even really care that much about what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because I was in the wrong mindset or something. Because it's hard for me to watch movies during the week with my work schedule, and then sometimes on the weekend if I've had a couple of things on, I have to try and cram something in.
Yeah.
And like I sort of had to do that
This
last
is
night with this
the
one.
hard movie to cram in.
Yeah.
This is one of those ones where it's like the struggle.
Yeah, but I generally just didn't find myself feeling that connected to anything that was happening in it. I liked Pam Grier's character, like obviously like to stand out, and I did like Max Cherry, the Robert Forster character, but it just took so long to get to where it was going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there was
sure.
another thing there where Tarantino, like when he said about the Hangout one, he said, you watch it once and you're like, what are these people doing? But then you watch it 2, 3, 4 times and you're like, yeah, I'm just hanging out with my friends. And I was like, I can't imagine
not
myself
gonna-
ever watching it
Yeah.
that many times.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's interesting when we talk about length. Like, we recently watched Justice League, and man, that just flew. Like, I enjoyed that way more.
I found that flew very quickly. Yeah.
so I don't know if you got the same.
definitely. I was
For a
way
4-hour
more
movie.
willing to sit down and watch that. And even like I watched the first Lord of the Rings with my girlfriend last weekend.
Yeah.
Those movies have never felt overly long to me. Like
Yeah.
I'm happy to sit there for those movies, But
Yeah, it's weird, no?
Yeah, especially the theatrical cuts, which I really want to rewatch.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just definitely it's a dip for me. A lot of other people are saying it's like his best movie and everything.
Yeah.
I can see the reason behind why they say it. I think that it is definitely a movie that is out there, and to anyone that's watching it and kind of looking deeper into what he's, maybe not even what he's trying to say, but who he's trying to appease and how.
It's probably the least Tarantino.
By far.
I think they would have been those comments. To me, it sounds like they were done at the time. Was it 95?
Yes, correct.
And
97, wasn't it?
Yeah, 97.
90, yeah, it would have been 97. It was around closer to there.
When you look at the
97.
Reservoir Dogs as graphic, Pulp Fiction as graphic, this one was a bit more mainstream, I think. And I think maybe that's why the first two films would have been polarizing for most people. And this is like a turn to more of a cleaner sort of, heist or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Type movie. I think it might appeal to, a wider range of audience.
Yeah, but it would.
Why don't you give your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that, some of the things that stood out to me was a bit of a confusing story layup, like how they layered it. And that maybe made it feel longer as well. Obviously, the inclusion of things that conversationary scenes which are great, but they just don't fit because it's just one after another.
Yeah.
And that makes it just feel dense.
Yeah.
It's just very unmemorable in moments.
Yeah.
I mean, I still struggle right now to think of scenes that I thought from the film are like, what happened between there and there in the movie, and what happened between there and there. But sure, there's moments that stand out, but like Robert De Niro banging Melanie and the title card coming up like 30 seconds later or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, just it's a very okay movie. That being said, I do think it's intelligent. It is intelligently written. It's intelligently made. It's just not captivating.
Yeah.
Which is the problem. It feels more like a something like, I mean, if it was strange, like super strange, it would feel something more like Cosmopolis or something like that from that writer. Like a really out there, just one in one location, having some weird conversations. But it's not like that. It doesn't even fit that realm. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I like the movie, but I'm not going to watch it again. I'm going to give it my Tarantino low, my 7.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I was a bit round off, but I was trying to cover all the things I was thinking.
Yeah,
It's really not that far off Daniel's score.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, it really isn't. No.
Yeah.
No.
That's just.
I just didn't expect lower than 7.
Nah, it's really weird because like you said, the first 15 minutes it's like it's so good, and then it just goes. Yeah.
Pretty much, but I can see some of the reasoning and some of the things. Like, I think the moments that he is doing things that he really means to do, like having Pam Grier stand there for moments and having music play over it and things like that. He's trying to just really get those moments that he really wanted to see as a kid, and that he really loved in other movies as a kid.
Yeah,
and that's really the moments that shine. Everything in between just feel like it's filler, man.
Yeah,
it's too long. That's it. Shave off 40 minutes. Like,
totally.
We can do it. Like, someone can edit this shit back for sure. So let's do this quick roundup. Dan, Reservoir Dogs at 8, Pulp Fiction 7.5, and Jackie Brown a 6.5.
Yep.
I had Reservoir at 8, Pulp at 8.5, Jackie Brown at 7. Declan.
I'm not
even going to amend.
No, I'm not. Until I get to the final one, I'm not going to do.
All right.
the rank.
We'll leave that one.
Currently got a Jackie as last.
Yeah.
Probably going to stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. I think we can wrap this baby up.
Yeah, man.
We just reviewed Jackie Brown. You've been listening to the On Radio podcast. I'm Reece.
I'm Dan.
I'm off to Spain. I'm Declan.
And you have a good week. Respect.